Hello friends, welcome back to the bench. Thank you very much for joining me. We have another B2600. This one actually looks really nice. There's just a little bit of rust over here, but other than that, it looks pretty nice, especially the top cover. Almost new, just a couple decades on it. Now this one got lost in the mail, not really. It was just delivered to the wrong place. I mean, it was delivered to Columbus, and that might be the address that you will find online as my address of my business. But that's not where I have my shop. So I will still get the package, sure. It will still be delivered to me, but there might be like a week of delay because I have to go pick it up. And that's around 100 miles away. So I don't know. It won't be lost, but it'll just cause some delays. Screws are very lightly screwed on, so this has been worked on before. Oh, it has not been worked on before, but it was definitely opened before. Definitely those screws were not factory tight. And take a look at this. So we have an original cap, obviously leaked, and conformal coating turned green due to copper oxidizing. Let's see the damage here. There's some damage. Let's see this trace over here. Well, it doesn't look bad. Not at all. So is this another case of an ECM that has been leaked, but the car hasn't been moved or hasn't been used in a while? So we have very little actual damage from the electrolyte. Again, it's not the electrolyte itself that is damaging, it's the electrolyte and electricity that gets the job done. It's basically electrolysis, right? If you put some salt in the water and two copper electrodes and you push some current through them. Yeah, this has been removed as well. I don't know about this. Weird. So if you push electricity through those electrodes, then they're gonna start disappearing. They're gonna start turning green, and the water is gonna start getting murky, and the electrodes will just eventually disappear. Yeah, it let loose very easy. So I'm not sure. It looks like the board was removed, but there's no signs of prior repair. It's rather unusual. Okay, let's remove the cap. Now it's gonna be bone dry, so I'm just gonna cut it like this. Not a little higher, maybe here. The cap is bone dry, as expected. There. And let's see what's going on over here. Move the cap. Yeah, this is not bad. This is not bad at all. Look at that. The trace is almost untouched, or it is untouched. Yeah, it looks like the trace is completely untouched. So yeah, I would think that this has seen very little use after the cap leaked. Let's give it a little spray and clean it a little bit, just so we don't have that much of this electrolyte on the board. And let's do some measurements first, just so we know what we're working with. But looking at it, yeah, well, yeah, there is, let's see, this via is probably gone. This via might be gone as well. So we're gonna have to reflow those vias over here. No damage here, which is surprising, but again, if the car wasn't moved, that is to be expected. Everything here looks good, so just few yeah, we'll probably reflow these vias as well, although they should be fine. But wherever we see a little bit of green, let's just reflow it. Oh, we have corrosion here. There you go. Okay, so it took a hit over here. See all that? And let's see. So that's gonna be, that might be a problem with ignition then. I don't think we have a description of the issue. Maybe we do. Oh, and looks like this via on the capacitor over here took a hit, which is fine because it doesn't go anywhere on the other side. So usually I just clean up over here and I just bend the leg of the capacitor and solder it over here. That's usually how I do it when the via is gone. And the cap is in the pretty good condition compared to other ones because it's not white. But as you can see, on this side, it's very dirty from all the oxidation. Let's remove these little legs over here so we can better see. Now we don't want too much of that electrolyte mixed with conformal coating because it'll mess up our measurements. So that's pretty much what I'm doing here, just to make sure that we don't have some additional connection through the electrolyte, because that's essentially what it is. Electrolyte is a conductor. Okay, that should be clean enough. Yeah, it's a little cloudy because I just blew it, right, with compressed air. So we have that, you know, mixture of alcohol and conformal coating, and it gets cloudy. But then it usually is relatively easy to remove with dry toothbrush, like this. But it depends on how much of that there is. So if it's not coming off with dry toothbrush, just treat it with alcohol again, and blow it again. Alrighty. So first order of business, diode readings. Let's check our Zener. 2.8. Oh, and you can't see because I don't have the multimeter on. There you go. Okay, so in reverse we had 2.8. Yes, good. And in forward we have 0.6, 0.55. That's good. And this little buddy, 0.7 in forward and 2.8 in reverse. Good enough. Looks a little bit, well, we'll see after cleaning. That little Schottky over here, it should be fine. Yeah, 0.6 and 0.7. That's good. I'm gonna check it on the just to be sure. Now, let's see. Let's check from the transistor side on the ground. Base 0.25. Yep. 0.25 and 0.25, 0.26, a little higher. Open here and open here and grounded here and grounded here. Beautiful. Which means we should have good connection over here to the transistor. So this is 0.3 and this is 0. Yep. And the other one, 0.3 and 0. Good. Now the ignition emitter, 1.3, good. 0.5, good. And 0.8 should be, yeah, 0.89. Everything shows a little higher, but we still have some electrolyte over here, so this can still give us a little bit of different measurements, but they're within the range, within the acceptable range. Now let's just check the connection to the actual injector. Okay, we're good here, and second rail, and we're good here. Okay, this is good. Alrighty. Time for some cleaning, resoldering, replacing caps, and resealing. And it should work like new. Let's speed up the footage, get it done. And we are done. And of course, what takes the longest is cleaning. It's crazy how difficult these ECMs are to clean, and it's not because of anything other than the old conformal coating. And especially once that conformal coating, actually it's easier when I flood it with flux and I reflow it, the conformal coating is a little easier to clean in alcohol with distilled water. But alcohol and distilled water alone are not enough to clean properly. And that was a complaint that I got recently on one of the boards, and I reviewed a few other ones. And yeah, the level of cleanliness, while it is acceptable, it is not what I advertise, right? It's supposed to look like new, or at least there shouldn't be any flux residue left. And last time the customer sent me the picture, and yeah, indeed, under the microscope you can see clearly that there's enough flux residue left to just, so you can just tell that it was work done. So should we get cobalt blue? Cobalt blue is pretty expensive. I did recommend it a few times already. That is what I use. But it's, you get a small 8-ounce bottle for like $30, $35 with shipping. And depending on how often, you need to replace the liquid in the ultrasonic cleaner, that could be even once a week. That adds up, and the service would have to be more expensive. And since I literally make like $5 on the board when I replace the socket, or maybe even lose $5 on it, I can't quite, afford that. But what is cobalt blue? Cobalt blue is essentially a surfactant with a alkaline and a little drop of ammonia. That's essentially a chemical formula to make cobalt blue. So I figured, yeah, why can't I make my own one? Right? Maybe I can make it cheaper. So far, I've been testing it. Now, this looks really good. I haven't put the conformal coating on it yet, right? But as you can see, it is really clean, right? Normally, when I show you this, it already has conformal coating, so it always looks nice and shiny. But before I put conformal coating, it's a little bit cloudy. Then I put conformal coating, and it becomes more shiny like this. This one has no conformal coating, and you can see that it's super shiny. So essentially that's what it is. I don't have a name for it yet, and I'm still testing it, but I will likely have it in stock soon, maybe in a week or a couple weeks. I've been working on that formula for the past, I don't know, a few weeks. As soon as I noticed that without cobalt blue, the cleaning is not that easy. Sometimes the boards will clean very nicely, and sometimes they won't. And if you use my flux in the manner that I used it for this, it's perfectly fine. You can clean it with just spray alcohol, blow through it, and it'll be clean. That's perfectly fine. But if you do BGA and you have to burn the crap out of that flux, then the entire filler just kind of disappears, and only rosin stays, right? And it is a little more acidic, so it just kind of burns into the board. And that cannot be removed just by alcohol and distilled water mixture. So for that reason, I started working on my in-house solution, and we'll see. Maybe I'll be sending it to a few people for testing, or I'll just drop it, because it's made specifically for my needs, right? So it's not like a general product, but it could be used for cleaning jewelry and stuff like that, because it should work the same way cobalt blue works. It's if the chemical composition is very similar. It is supposed to be mimicking the cobalt blue, just at lower price, or at least in we'll see. We'll see. I haven't even calculated. I haven't calculated what it cost me to make it, but so far I'm very happy with it. And this would have taken a lot longer if I didn't use my formula. So we'll see. I still need to test it on a few other boards, but so far it looks very good because the joints are nice and shiny. The solder is nice and shiny. The board is perfectly clean, non-sticky. It cleaned very nicely. I'm very happy with it so far. Alrighty. So to summarize this one, I didn't see anything particularly wrong other than the damage from corrosion and stuff. I reflown all the vias and everything. All the measurements are checking out. Everything should be working just fine. But if there are any problems, just let me know and we'll figure it out. Thank you guys very much for watching. I do appreciate you, and I shall see you guys in the next one.